Well, a little early today. A little early, little early, little early. How about it? Let's roll the open. Let's do a little Monday happy hour. How about it in three, two, one? There we go. There I am. There I am. I got all kinds of stuff. I got like all kinds of little bells and whistles today. It's like bells and whistle day. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's bring this down. And let's bring this down. And let's bring this down. And let's roll with this. How about it? And welcome as we do our initial sound check to make sure we're all doing good. Yeah, double dose today. Yeah, double dose for sure. There we go. There we go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, double dose for sure today. It's a double dose for sure. Yeah, I did the T-Bone's last hour. We got this. And we're spicing it up. And it's the holiday edition. It is Christmas week. Happy holidays to you. And we'll let the snow fall there in the room. We were going to go downstairs, have a conference call after this. So we're going to have to kind of do that. There's Paul Morgan, speaking of. I'm going to check with him. I'm also wearing my cooking gear. So here's what's going on. A 6 o'clock conference call, steaks afterwards. This show now, some beer tasting. We did some hot stove earlier. We're moving and shaking, folks. All right. Speaking of moving and shaking, let's go now to the most moving and shaking 40-year-old times two. I know, my mom. Here we go. Let's bring her on.
Hello.
There we go, Mom.
And I look like death warmed over it today.
Well, what do you good, Mom? You got a little interesting Dewey Selman working on your hair there. It's what is that? Kind of a retro flock of seagulls look, maybe, perhaps?
Yeah, well, it's called I just took out the trash and it's raining look.
Is that what that is?
Or getting ready to snow.
Looks a lot more retro 80s. Like I said, maybe Flock of Seagulls, Depeche Mode. Very cool, Mom. I like it. I'm liking it. Very Susie and the Banshees right there.
You're lucky I combed it about 9:30 this morning.
Look at you trying.
Yeah, look at me trying. See, I've got my red and I've got my I'm all decked out for the week.
Yes, you are.
I was trying to craft a New Year's letter because it looks like my Christmas letter's not getting there. So anyway, and then I spent a lovely few minutes talking to your lovely bride.
Except she mentioned something about that. Then she came up and scared the hell out of me.
The news wasn't the best, but anyway.
Yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a few minutes. But yeah, I was trying to be as positive as I can today. But a little rough around our house today.
Yeah.
But, yes.
Yeah. Well, but we discussed the reason for the sojourn was what I've called for years pizza rounds, the bread that goes with the pizza rounds.
Right.
So we got that all clear.
What I've noticed about that, and I use this because what we're looking for is these little. It's a Pepperidge Farm. It's a little thin. I mean, they're little. I don't know if I can even.
It's party bread.
Here we go. They're about this size. This is a little foam. This is a foam piece I use to protect my mic. But look at my fingers there. It's basically what it is. Little piece of bread about this big of rye, and they're real thin slices, and they come in a real tightly packed package, and they're hard as heck to find. Last year I had to use like pumpernickel, but still worked.
Yeah.
But I've noticed today when the store, we did a store run today, we'll do another one tomorrow, and the liquor store. Imagine that. Certain things are out. For example, we didn't find any of those Pepperidge Farms toast or ryes. If you wanted low sodium soy, they were down to one brand left, and the big bottle was gone. I mean, it was soy. Soy was for some reason, I don't know why. I have no idea why. But then they had steaks on sale, which we had to get a big package of those. So we're gonna grill steaks a bit later. That's my cooking gear still on here because I was out in the grill, oiling the grill. But yeah, have you noticed that up there in Indiana that
Well,
certain things
well,
are not on the shelf or what?
well, we'll see. This is this is a first. I may be the record. I haven't been in a grocery store since March. I get my groceries online. So there you go. I
Yeah,
mean, I
well,
order them and drive to the back door of the Martins in my area. And so today we'll see. I ordered the Party Rye, Pepperidge Farm Party Rye, 2 different sausages. And I'm making, I don't, do you say wassail or wassail? It's WASSAIL is a drink from the UK. It's a warm Christmas drink. Usually it's a kind of and I used to make it.
that percolator puke.
Because I found my recipe when I was looking for something
It's
else
it's
up in
not
my
that
recipe.
stuff used to make that percolator punch that was bloody awful.
No,
That
that
needed
wasn't.
booze. That one needed booze.
Well, but this is going to have booze. You don't have to have
Well,
booze, but it has apple cider. No, I'm gonna do the one with cranberry juice because I had cranberry juice left from my poinsettia martinis I made Thanksgiving.
Right.
But and orange juice and it's got cinnamon stick.
Sounds
You
pretty good.
You can put it in a slow cooker, and it's got cloves and star anise, ANISE, which is another kind of spice. I don't know. Anyway, it's a recipe I found online, and then I found my recipe that I did many moons ago, but not the percolator punch, but
Ooh,
wassail.
that stuff was awful.
Or
Just
wassail.
awful.
I don't know how it's pronounced. But anyway.
You're asking the wrong drunk here. I don't know. I'm not sure which one it is.
So we'll see tomorrow if they have all of that stuff. The Party Rye, I'll be interested to know. I don't know why at this time of year
the bread guy was stocking bread. I guess the bread distributor was stocking as we were going. The place is a zoo, as usual. And he said, "Oh, I saw it at Preston. We were at Preston Forest." He goes, "I saw it at Preston Royal, which is literally less than a mile, maybe a mile. It's like Tom Thumb's got a store at this intersection, and then down 12 blocks later, another store. And it's a smaller store, but it's personally my favorite. But we usually go the bigger one. And of course, they didn't have the dog food we needed. We didn't order that on Amazon. So anyway, interesting stuff though. But yeah, it's weird because we go through certain sections, plenty of everything. There was certain little items. Again, I just happened to notice one was soy. The other was they were low on low-fat milk. Just odd little odds and ends. This is a huge store. I don't know if it just.
Well, and Monday may be a restock day too.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so.
Anyway,
well, all good.
So then I was crafting. I decided, okay, I'm going to craft some kind of a friggin' letter, and it's getting to be it's a me thing. So I may throw that one in the trash. It's on the computer, but I may say, okay, that sounds too much like me. But
my wife says chocolate syrup. They were out of the sugar-free, the basic, not all. It was gone. I mean, they literally had a space for it. It says, and it was gone. It was like, what's going on? So anyway,
yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, so I haven't been anywhere today. I have been. I do a treasure hunt for Stephanie and Sam here on Christmas Day.
What? Find the pizza or?
Huh?
What?
I do a treasure hunt for Sam and Stephanie because they're here, and I got those little hints where I'm going to hide the gift cards, and then I've accomplished quite a bit. So
there you go.
Anyway, which brings me to the point I'm going to discuss I'm going to find out with Mark when we can have a Zoom meeting with him, and that's all I'll have to say at this point. Okay.
Okay.
Because you realize I'm going to be fully in charge by December 31st.
How about that?
That's scary at best. Your brother, he probably won't be on, but 2 of his two girls at Concord were killed by their father on the street that comes into my neighborhood.
Hmm.
And he
Terrible.
killed himself. So there you go.
Not good for. That's not good at all. That's
No,
nice and depressing.
it was sad. It's
That's
sad.
very sad. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's been an up and down day, and then anyway, I'll get on the other side so you
All
can
right. Love you,
communicate 'cause
Mom.
Okay, love you too. Sorry for the appearance, but
All good.
I'll try to get gussied up for the next trip around.
All right. Love you, Mom. Be
I
good.
love you too.
There
Bye
we
now.
go. There's Mom right there. Yep, that's Mom right there. We'll bring this down for you. Let's take this off the screen and this off the screen as well. There we go. There we go. And there we go. 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 Oh, yeah. Oh, tonight's Kevin chimes in. The American Association's Most Dangerous Broadcast records tonight with our second annual Christmas show featuring Santa Brett Allred. Boy, talk about bad Santa. That guy may be the baddest of Santas of all Santas. I mean, he may make the Dan Aykroyd character in Trading Places with the fish and the beard and the Eddie Murphy classic with him and Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places, and he may actually make the Billy Bob Thornton bad Santa look like the real Saint Nick. Anyway, well, good. That'll be good times for you guys to see that. I will try to check that out if I can. Do my best. No promises, but we'll try my hardest. Anyway, okay. It is Monday, and it is the holiday week. We're not sure what's going to go on the rest of the week, so I thought I'd go ahead and give you a bonus. Again, I got my cooking stuff on, so which leads me to bring out two items in my pockets. I mentioned you saw the pretzels, so you knew there was something up. There we go. There we go. We'll get to those in a moment and bring out my pretzels to clean the palate. It's a little bonus, a beer tasting on a Monday, but it's holiday time. So we're going to go ahead and do it that way. Yeah. Well, he brought his daughter a new truck. How about that? Look at that guy. Well, he's in a different tax bracket than me. They must pay really, really well with those railroaders because I've got a loaner from the dealership. It'll go back tomorrow. It's brand new, but it'll go back tomorrow. So he must have a different pay salary than I do. Anyway, yes, before we get too far, crazy day today. I was walking the dog this morning, getting I had 11:30 conference call. And so I was up, it was 9 something when I was walking the dog and letting GM sleep in. And she must have gone downstairs and left her phone upstairs. And Joy Mall called me from her dad saying that I can't get hold of Mom. My dog's been hit. The other one's gone. She and Maddie brought their 2 dogs down from Lubbock. And this morning, one of them got hit. The other one got out. They both got out. One got hit up in Allen and the other one took off running. Well, they've since found the one that got away and all good, but the one that got hit, not doing so good. So it's been a bit of a crazy day today with that. That was going on this morning. And then there's been off and on, calls to the vet. My in-laws went up along with my sister-in-law's in town with her daughter and one of her mates came in for a couple of days before they go back to Denver. They were up helping look. And my wife and Caroline went up to help their sister look as well. Just a real weird day when our 4-legged friends have a hard day. And of course, that's coming off last Monday where Max had his surgery. And anyway, been crazy stuff. So yeah, prayers. I appreciate it. Prayers, yes, no doubt. We don't know what's going to happen, but it was been a little bit emotional up and down, especially for the girls. I mean, when you're, as well as I do, Kevin, when you got those fur babies, they're yours. So, GM, what are you saying here, honey? Am I flying? What do you mean flying solo? Nothing I do in this house is solo. Believe me. I'd already finished about half my shows, but that was the case. Yeah, it was so sad. We're going to do a little beer tasting here today. So we're going to do that again, a special on a Monday. So let's play the jams, really, and my wife will probably come up in a moment. Let's go play the jams. There we go. I wasn't sure if she was going to join me or not because she has to tutor at some point. So I wasn't sure, babe. So if you want to join me, come on up. So I spit pretzels everywhere. Pretzel sticks today. Pretzel sticks today. How about that? And we're doing and she is here. So I'm going to bring her in. I'm going to bring this down. Let me bring my leg over because my fat leg's in the way. And, oops, sorry. She's coming in just a moment. There we go. Look, need to move that right there.
I like the snow.
Yeah, the snow looks good, doesn't it?
It does.
It's very Indiana-like.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I said it was 70 degrees. It's getting cooler now.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool when I get there to grill steaks in a couple hours.
Stick.
Yeah, you're gonna need a stick to clean the palate. No, I mentioned I've gone down. I'm not gone down, but I picked a couple of South Texas beers. Let me move my microphone on this side of me too. Why I always do that? Oh,
I decided that you could be a good rep for Martin House or community.
Papa got a shot. Look at that. Papa got a shot.
I don't think politicians should be getting it. Give it to the healthcare workers.
No, Papa's wearing Ralph Lauren mock. Look at him trying. Look at old Papa.
Stop it.
Look at old Papa trying. That guy. Anyway,
Ooh, smart.
didn't mean to hit. What? Oh, it hit. Okay. Got two different kinds today. And I mentioned recently that I'm going to pull this up too. That might be a little more light for you. I've been kind of trying to, move around the state a little bit. Texas being almost 40 million people, there's obviously plenty of breweries around. And this is one that interests me because I've seen this on TV. I've seen it online. I just have never actually seen it in person. When I saw this, heard about it, I had had to jump on it. I think it's called Karbach Brewing Company. It's down around Houston. Oops, there we go. And it's called Crawford Bock. Oops, gonna spin everywhere. Now, it's let me give you. It's called a classic ballpark beer. It's what's even easier than jacking a dinger is in the Crawford boxes. How about cracking open a delicious Crawford Bock? Crawford Bock is so smooth you can easily stretch the single to a double. Pairs perfectly with peanuts, stadium dogs, and a good 7th inning stretch. It's proudly brewed in Texas by Karbach Brewing in Houston, 77092 since 2011. It's also on the side of this thing. It benefits the Astros Foundation. Now, I'm not a big Astros fan. I do love the can. I love the old Astros motif, that Astros, the old Astros softball uniforms from the 70s and 80s. That's the Astros I remember. That's Nolan Ryan days, Cesar Cedeno. That's what I remember.
Is this a dark beer?
No, it's a lighter beer. It's a ballpark beer.
Okay.
But why it's called Crawford Bock, in the ballpark down there, in Minute Maid Park, they've got the Crawford boxes. The Crawford boxes are out, I believe, in right center. I think that's right. And they often talk about hitting the ball in the Crawford boxes. And I don't know the whole story behind the Crawford boxes. And actually, there's a blog called the Crawford Boxes blog for the Astros fans. Again, it's all Astros stuff, but I think it's kind of cool. It's a baseball theme, so we went with that. And we also got today,
I wondered about that.
Shannon Brewing Company, which I believe is in Keller, Texas, I think, which will be over in Tarrant County, not far from Fort Worth. And it is. This one on our dessert themes today. It's Shannon Brewing Company, Texas brewed s'more brown ale. So it's s'more brown. And it says brewed with graham crackers, marshmallows, and cocoa nibs, whatever that is. On the back of it, I'll read that in a moment. So let's start off with the Crawford Bock.
Like a Shiner Bock?
I think, but I don't think it's dark. I don't think.
Is a Bock a kind of beer that I'm like?
I think it's a German type beer, but again, don't quote me on that. I probably should do a little investigating. A classic ballpark beer, so a $10. Yes, so yes, $10 a keg, Kevin. That means Yes, you could have a classic ballpark beer. I'd like two then. Okay, be $21. Thank you very much.
Particularly the Astros. I would
Let's
imagine
see.
it could be
Mom
even
says,
more.
wait till those West Coast companies. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We have a lot of folks that are coming here that we're welcoming with open arms. But the problem is, Mom, is that they come here with open arms where we're welcoming them. Then they'll bring their style of political nonsense here, and then we got to put up with that. And as natives get restless. Okay. But yes. Anyway. Okay. Well, I'm sorry about that. Put this down. All right, here we go. Let's give it a shot. This is you heard me almost coughing a pretzel, so let's
Your
try it.
palate is clear.
That was very clear. Very much a ballpark beer.
You smell?
Smell it. Tell me what it smells like to you.
$1.50 beer night.
It has a bit of a Miller Lite smell
Yeah, I
to
was gonna
me.
say it smells like a light beer.
A Miller Lite smell. So it's a ballpark beer. It's a little. It's more. It's a solid beer. It's a ballpark beer. It's a ballpark pilsner. That's what that is. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It's a ballpark beer. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is.
I like Miller Lite better.
It's got the Miller Lite smell. I'm not
Kind of like Miller Lite.
I'm not a huge Miller Lite guy, but I'm more of a Coors Light guy. But it has a bit of a Miller Lite.
Have the Miller Lite flavor.
But a Miller Lite flavor, but it has that Bud Light Christmas. You know what I'm talking about? Bud Light has a certain Christmas to it that it's the colder Bud is, the better it is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Where Coors Light,
Same with any beer. Baby.
Coors Light, to me can be lukewarm. Although you want Coors Light to be really cold,
You don't want any
that's the bit. But usually, if you're in the summertime, you're out there and it's 100 degrees out or whatever it is, and you drink it pretty fast anyway. But especially in Texas, and by the halfway down, you're lukewarm, even if it was ice cold when it came out. So this one I think would not be where Miller Lite when it gets warmer is not so good. The colder Bud Light is, the better off it is. And Coors Light usually pretty solid, lukewarm up. So
Your Frankie's
what is it?
posters made it to the floor.
From Sydney. Yeah. What do you think? So what do you like? You like it?
I wouldn't have another one.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I think this is not terrible. And it's 4.5 by volume.
I'd have a Michelob Ultra instead. It didn't taste as good as a Michelob Ultra.
The Ultra doesn't really have a taste, babe.
It's one step away from water.
I like this better than both Miller Lite and Bud Light. And I'll order if I'm at the ballpark and the guy comes out the tub and I look and he's like, well, no Coors Light. Well, I usually go Miller Lite than Bud Light. Of course, if you go to Cowboy games in this parts, official beer of the Cowboys, Miller Lite. You have to suck it up and go. Ranger games are a little bit more varied. You can have a little bit of everything, but I am definitely on board with the Coors Light Ultra will be my choices first if it was on the, but this would be right there above Bud Light and Miller Lite. Again, it's classic ball. It is a ballpark beer, and I guarantee you, with one of these bad boys, pretzel,
Pretty good. You feel like you're at the ballpark?
absolutely. I mean, there's another thing. When I'm at a ballpark, I'm having sunflower seeds a lot, so I get a lot of salt, and this would be good with the salt. Sunflower seed salt, the spicy barbecue seeds, whatever you get. There's all different kinds of flavors. But I can see this being really good. Big amount of seeds, spit them out, wash them down with the beer. And I think this would be a really solid beer. I think this would be much better than Bud. Believe me, I'm having some flashbacks to be at the ballpark when it's 100 degrees out. I'm having an awful Bud Light because that's on the ad.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay. Compared to the other stuff that we've tasted lately that has like a unique flavor, this just tastes like any other beer. So meh. I liked the other ones better. Hi, buddy. You've been outside. You're cold.
All right. Put that right here.
You want to taste some beer, Bo?
Yeah. There it is.
You want to say hi to people?
Oh, here he is, folks.
Say hi. Hi, folks.
Goodness gracious. You
Oh,
piss
he-
all piss all the
he
neighbors'
wants
bulk
a
trash.
pretzel. I think he wants a pretzel.
You piss in the neighbor's bulk trash. All right, here we go. Shannon Brewing Company, Texas Brewed S'more Brown Ale. So we already know it's a brown ale. We know this already.
I usually don't like those.
The artwork on the back looks like a good s'more, doesn't it? Looks like a s'more. I'm going to read the back to you. Shannon's S'more Brown Ale is more than the sum of its parts, and it's guaranteed to make you feel all gooey inside. Secret ingredient is to life is always a little more. And remember, s'mores is never a bad thing. The world would be a better place with more s'mores beers. Like Shannon S'mores, it's more than a feeling. It's s'mores like remembering your very first s'more. Huh.
It's a lot of s'more.
All right, well, enjoy this beer while it's young, it says. And it's got 6.8% alcohol by volume. There we go. Ooh,
Smell good?
I got to tell you, that smells delicious.
Ooh, that does smell good. It smells like chocolate.
Love the can. How's the beer? I'm going to find out for you, bud. Let's find out. I don't like dark beer.
I don't either.
I don't like dark beer.
Gosh, it smells really good. I'm afraid to taste it and be
Give
disappointed.
it a shot. Give it a shot.
That's not horrible.
I don't like dark beer, but this is not horrible.
That is not horrible.
I am not a Guinness guy. Shiner is very big in these parts. It's big across the country. I'll drink a Shiner Bock to kind of humor and be the Texas thing in me, but by and large, I'm more of a Shiner Blonde guy. Dallas Blonde, like we have here. I am not a dark beer guy, but this one doesn't have that. I mean, yes, there's that dark taste to it,
It has that.
but that s'more thing almost has more of a
It's smoky.
smoky coffee-ish.
Good.
Yes, it's very good.
It's got a little bit of the marshmallow in there too, I think.
Yeah, a hinge of sweetness. I mean, try that again.
Yeah.
Try that again.
It's a little bitter at first, but the aftertaste tastes like a s'more, so it goes away. It's good.
Yeah, I am not a dark beer guy.
Me either. That's pretty decent.
Favorite Astro, huh? Do you know, somewhere up in Indiana, my mom has got, I saw these a couple of years ago. They're there. Some game programs, Keith, from the Astrodome circa 1967. And they're old school game programs. And these game programs had old whiskey ads in them. Because back then you could, the print ads were
You
whiskey
didn't
ads.
tell him about Dad's screwball whiskey.
Oh,
That was good.
okay. I'm not sure that. What are you renting me for now?
The peanut butter one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Take over.
Finish your sentence.
No. I was a little story for Keith, but go ahead. You had something to say. Go ahead.
No, you said something about
no, go ahead.
there were whiskey ads, and we've been tasting beer, and we tasted a real interesting whiskey yesterday.
Yes, we did, but I hadn't gotten that far. What I was
Okay, go ahead.
trying to tell Keith was I unearthed these Astros programs, which would have been out at my first baseball games. Of course, I wouldn't remember. But the first year the Astros were in business down there, well, they were there the 45s prior, but the old Astrodome program, and it was funny to look at these programs. They were in two-tone, like lightest green and black, lightest green and cream, and then a black and white photos. It wasn't full color. And I think the only ad up full color was in the back page. And then throughout there are a couple places in the program, there are whiskey ads, because you and I grew up, Keith, at a time when you didn't see whiskey ads at all anywhere except in print. It would kind of take me back to those days. You'd see them in print. But anyway, yes, we did try a whiskey yesterday.
Screwball.
Any reputable beer company, Jim, it's not horrible slogan. Yes, it's not horrible.
It's not horrible. I don't want to spit it out.
Yeah, it's not horrible. Hello, everybody.
Well,
Hey, this is Dan Vaughn, voice of the Kansas City T-Bones. This is Shannon S'mores Beer. It's not horrible.
it's not horrible. Yeah.
Good on you, mate.
The interesting thing about it's not horrible, though, I think that's actually kind of like 2 thumbs up, because neither one of us like dark beer, and for us to go, that's pretty decent. Because normally would say that dark beers are horrible.
Well, it's like me with wine. I'm not a big wine. I don't dislike wine. I'm just not into wine.
Neither.
Doesn't mean I hate wine. I just
gives me headache.
But there are times when I'll get that's pretty good wine. Sometimes wine's the same. I don't have the discerning taste or the ability to kind of differentiate what's a good one, what's not.
The stuff in the bottle is not good.
I don't. I'm just not. That's just not my thing. Although there's been some times especially when I have a good steak at a restaurant, the Palm comes to mind out in Vegas. I'll go there and I'll get a
Albernet.
Argentina wine or Australian wine, and I'll say it's not horrible. But yeah, well, again, we're I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. All right, first off, honey, let's go back to Crawford here. Let me. Would you buy one more of these? Hold on. We're at a ball game with the Astros Rangers game. Watching the Rangers kick their ass, and we got a couple of these. Another round?
No, I'd probably go with a Michelob Ultra over that. Although the only reason I might choose to do it is because I think the can is wicked cool.
Yeah.
But at a Rangers game, I wouldn't drink it because it's got an Astros logo on it.
Well, I'm talking about in Houston, down that place.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So we're at that Houston. We're in the Houston, and
I'm
we're
drinking for the can.
yeah. The can's cool. I think of all the cans we've seen, this one and the Rainbow Sherbet that looked like Sergeant Pepper is maybe the best two. And all the cans. That's what's so cool, because these small breweries make great cans and great artwork. I remember we talked about Martin House. We had a long conversation with the bartender that was waiting on us over in Fort Worth, around the corner from Martin House a couple of weeks ago. And she was showing us all these pictures of some of the art that we had missed that they had done on cans. That's something, honestly, you just don't see in a Budweiser, Miller, or Coors product. They do some cool holiday, they'll do a cool bottler here, but they don't do stuff like this or stuff like this.
That's cool.
You just don't see that. And they just can't. They'll mass produce let's say you live in St. Louis, Budweiser does a St. Louis Cardinals bottle or whatever. They do some stuff commemorative cans, World Series cans, things like that. But you don't see stuff like this, and that's not really artwork. That's just a fun, cool can. If you're an Astros fan,
that's a cool can.
Yeah.
You're buying that can.
And if you're a baseball fan,
you're buying that can.
Yeah, you're buying that. You're going to buy it because it's the can alone. It turns out to be pretty good.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'd buy it just for the can.
Let's see here. Customer asked me for a wine recommendation today. I said, when it comes to wine, I'll pour one, dump it out, and grab a beer. And you go. Maybe you should hire Mom. Maybe Mom can make a moonlighting appearance there, educate you on wine in the same way about beer. Yeah, she is. And she's also she's not that way about Jaeger and what other shots, Mom, do you like?
She does like she does tequila.
Tequila, that's right. Jose Cuervo, you are a friend of mine.
That's not the tequila song that comes to my mind, but I don't think about that with your mom.
Well, that's the female singing it. That's
the tequila makes your clothes
Dottie West. Who was it? That was
tequila makes your clothes fall.
No, not that one, but this one. Jose Cuervo, you are a friend of mine. I like to drink you with a little salt and lime. Did I kiss all the cowboys? Did I shoot out the lights? Did I dance on the bar? Did I start any fights? That's it. Yeah, that's a good song. It's a good jam. It's a very good jam. All right. Okay. So it's time. You would probably not grab two more, but you would buy one because you like the can. All right. Let's go over here. Again, we're the dessert theme. What about here? What would you do here?
I wouldn't buy 6 of them, but I would finish it.
You'd finish it.
Mm-hmm. Which is way more than I would ever say for any other dark beer ever.
So let's go back. Hold on. Let's get to what we got here. I see the beer can and immediately think of yes, I do too. You know what I think about when I see this? I think about sitting in the Student Union building at Texas Tech, 86.
You're dating yourself.
Fall of 86. Maybe, you know what? It may have been. This may have actually been 87. And watching the Astros play the Mets, or was it 86? I'm trying to think back here. But I remember sitting in the Student Union, and back those days, now all the playoff games are on at night, right? But back in the 80s, and as kids growing up,
because there's no electricity.
Well, yeah, but they right. But they played. They played.
Wagons had to cross this plain.
Well, they played the games in the daytime. A lot of playoff games are in the daytime. Well, it's not uncommon. And I'm pretty sure it was Mets in Astros. I think of this can as the Astros lost to the Mets, and the Mets went to the World. I'm pretty sure that's right. They went the NLC. They went the National League Championship Series So I believe that may have been later on because the Dodgers beat the Athletics in '89. So that may have been around that time. But I remember sitting because we had a lot of fraternity brothers of ours who were from Houston, and they were all big Astros guys. And the Astros finally achieved the playoff, or had a lot more success than the Rangers. The Rangers were garbage. And I remember watching that in the student union at Tech when the Mets won. I remember that's what I'm thinking. 86, is that right? Yeah, I guess you're right. That's right. And that was so cool back then, Kevin. You'll like this, is that J.R. Richard. I had a fraternity brother of mine, Jeff Brown, from Lamesa, Texas. Mom, you know the Browns. Longtime heavy civic leaders in Lamesa, big Red Raider supporters. Had the Oldsmobile house forever there in Lamesa. Jeff's a pilot. I think he's retired now, but he flew for United for a number of years. But Jeff was from Lamesa, had his own private plane. And so we would out in the summertime, he would come home. He was my roommate in our little duplex. He'd come home and he would say, "Hey guys, we're going to Horseshoe Bay into Houston this weekend." So we'd pack a bag, and there 3 or 4 of us would jump in his Piper, twin engine Piper, and we would fly down to Horseshoe Bay on a Friday.
Spoiled kid.
And then and it was weird because here's a brother of mine. Here's a guy my age in his 20s flying the plane, and I never felt safer. I mean, here's a guy. I knew the guy. Of course, this could have been
That's funny.
yeah, it was the craziest thing. I look back now, I'm mortified that I did this. We fly to Horseshoe Bay. We go down there, lay around our ass, play some golf in the morning.
I'm gonna come back and write.
Then we would go, okay. Then we'd go down to Houston, fly to Hobby. Horseshoe Bay was in Austin. We go into Austin. We fly the next day to Houston. We watch the Astros play whoever. Fly back to Horseshoe Bay that night. Fly back the next day to Houston. Go to another game, the day game. Then fly back to Lubbock from Houston that night. That was what we did. Then we did that multiple times. And I wish I had pictures of that. But the craziest thing was, those were all these Astros, what we were seeing. And it was so cool. And back in those days, you guys know this, the National League never played the American League. So I never saw National League baseball. I always saw, American League baseball. White Sox come to town, Royals, Yankees. And I was a Braves guy. I never saw the Braves or Dodgers. I had to go to Houston to see them. And would go, and when my dad was working down there as well, I would go down and watch Astros play, whoever, because I wanted to see National League baseball. We just never saw it. Let's see here. Dollar beer at the park. But yes, there's never a bad dollar beer, though, Keith. Is there? You know the story about Burlington, Iowa. I've told this on the radio. On Burlington, Iowa nights, the dollar beer nights were it was $2 buds on Tuesdays. Or I'm sorry, dollar buds on Tuesdays. Dollar drinks or dollar beers on Thursdays of any kind. And the fans would bring me to my broadcast booth because the booth in Burlington was right there in the grandstand. I could really reach out and high-five the fans, kind of like Sioux City, Kevin. And I'd have fans bring me the little cups, the little 12-ounce cups, the Budweiser cups. And I couldn't drink them fast enough. I had them lined up inside of there, and I had a little bucket where I'd have a sip and pour the rest of it out because I didn't want to offend them. But if I drank all those beers, I'd never finish the game. I'd have been Harry Carey, looked like a sober guy, And this is, back in those good old days. But mezcal and tequila are my favorite spirits. Let's trivia night. We celebrated with a bio job shots. It's our last trivia for several months since our besties are headed to Florida. Our waiter was doing it. Yes. Mom, I didn't tell you this, though. We did. My father-in-law discovered a peanut butter whiskey, and it smells delicious. My wife tried it. We're going to buy a bottle tomorrow. We're going to have experience it. We're going to try to have a peanut butter chocolate cocktail of some sort with it. I'm not sure what I'm going to make yet, but we're going to do something with it. So, yeah. Anyway, okay. My wife will be back up in a moment. What else you guys got here? We got about, I've got a little time still. Conference call doesn't begin until 31 minutes, so we're all good. Rest of the week for us, we are going to keep praying for the dogs and for the girls. Yes. Okay, Mom. Thanks. I'll just leave that right there for you folks. Leave that right there for you. We will, of course, Christmas over here is Friday, obviously, and everywhere else on the world. We may do this show live on Friday just for a few minutes, and whatever we're doing. Our Friday schedule is lay on our ass, make these cool little Christmas rounds that we talked about earlier. mom, and then we're gonna go over to my in-laws. Do that. Christmas Eve, we got reservations at Maggiano's at North Park, which we're excited about that. Christmas Eve service here. We'll do some drinks and some presents, and wait for my wife to bring me that brand new car with the bow on it. Yeah, I'm waiting for that. Tried Screwball with some fruit vodka. Yes, that's the one. My mate, Little Joey. Little Joey, if you're watching right now, I think he swam by a moment ago. Yes, I had that about a month ago at a place in Dallas. And Little Joey came over. We had dinner, and then we went and I took him to his next stop, and we had a couple cocktails, and the bartender made us that, and that was delicious, sir. Delicious. What else we got going on this week? I got to finish my Christmas shopping, a little bit of that. Oh yeah, you guys have seen these, right? The Christmas commercials where the wife buys the husband the car. And I never figured this out. Why is the wife doing the car shopping and buying? Isn't the husband supposed to buy the wife the nice gift?
No, it is 2000. It's 2020.
Right. Okay.
Feminism, sweetie.
Well, anyway, I was hoping
I can buy you a car.
that I would have me a
buy me a car.
that would have me a brand new car with a ribbon on it, but I'm gonna have it. So yeah.
Well, there is a brand new car down there.
Yeah, but it's nice.
But I didn't pay for it.
That's right.
And we have to take it back tomorrow.
All right. So let's give me some scores here. You want to? So I can type this in. You want to give me your score? Hold on.
What are we doing first?
Let's do what we're gonna do. We're gonna do what we can. We got to hold this up with the screen there. This is the Crawford box. What are you gonna give the Crawford?
6.
6. Wife gives it a 6. Give that on the screen. So the wife gives the Crawford a 6.
Yeah, it's okay.
Crawford a 6. DV, because I don't like Bud and Miller Lite that much, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7. I give it a 7. I do grade a little easier, so that's part of it.
We probably like it about the same.
Yeah. Good to see Chris. Good to see you over there, mate. He got her. Yes, he got her a dog in the commercial too, and yes, that's what I'm talking about. But these guys always get something like that. They always, but the dog comes right into the snow. The other one, the husband and the wife, she gets the red one, he gets the blue one, or I don't know the whole deal.
Well, no, she wanted the truck.
He buys a truck and a full size SUV, and
she wanted the truck.
I want to know what the hell they do for a living.
They're not teachers.
No, they're not minor league broadcasters sparing people to death. I can tell you that. All right. Let's go to hold this one up. The Shannon Brewing Company S'mores, Texas brewed. They're both Texas brewed. What are you gonna do with the Shannon S'more, babe?
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Shannon S'more. So you like the s'more?
Well, I like it more than I like that.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and oops, sorry, I gotta give you a score. Give me a 7. Sorry.
I'd give it a 9 for the smell. I mean, the
smell is delicious.
Fine.
The thing about it is, I'm not again. I think why I'm gonna grade this one higher. You're out of screen, babe. The way I'm gonna grade this one higher is because I'm not a dark beer person. You've got a new customer because I don't like dark beer. I mean, I avoid it like the plague. I mean, I can't tell how many times I've been to Chris may know this, but there's a place I used to hang out a little bit in Northbridge in Perth, and had a lot of the English there, but also
all that nonsense.
They also carried a lot of U.S. sport, and I'd go in there and then have a dark beer, and I was just like, oh. And I had a couple of the Brits buy me, Palmies or whatever, buy me one of their selections, and somebody buys you a beer, you hoover them, you drink it, you just don't. I don't want it. As my dad used to tell me back in the day, if you didn't like the drink they were drinking, well, you humored them anyway, and you could always kind of pour it out as they weren't paying attention, but you never just said no. You know, you're not a whiskey guy, you're gonna drink it anyway, right? That's my example. Being polite.
Yes, it's awfully chatty.
Okay, yep. What is she doing today? What are you doing? Do you want a s'mores beer? Where are you at? Oh, there she is. What? Come here.
You're right here.
This cat here, by the way, she likes pepperoni pizza. She likes Cheez-Its. She likes Goldfish, snacks, popcorn, Oreos, whipped cream. What was it I was eating yesterday? She was in my tomato based soup. Yeah, she's
She does not like. I mean, she likes cat food, but she prefers people food. Like, but no.
Cubs have an opening. Am I trying out for what? Beer vendor? I'd be a good beer vendor there. I don't think there's anywhere in the world the Cubs would look at me and go, sorry, sir, we're not hiring a Texas guy to do the. Oh, would be great. Yeah, that's right, because old boy went to the White Sox. Is that right, Keith? Am I right about that?
Put in a good word for him, Keith.
Yeah, Keith. Put a good. Hey, you know what? I'll send my stuff in. Dang it, I'll send my stuff in.
Why not?
Keith Moreland, the former Longhorn, used to do stuff for them, so maybe that's
why not?
a good idea though, Keith. Okay, so you said 7.0 on the 7.0 on the s'mores.
Not bad.
You know what? I'm going to go right with you. Give it a 7.3. I believe I would actually, because I want some variety. I do like variety of beers in my house. I don't want all. I don't want all just to grab it. I don't want to. Back in the day, I just go in and grab whatever light beer I had in there. But now, as I got older and more refined as an adult, I would like to have, something a little heavier for steak, or a little lighter for steak, a little heavier for whatever. For example, Budweiser to me always went really good with Mexican food and tacos.
What goes with wings?
Wings, I love a good light beer that's going to, well, if the wings are really hot. If they're hot or garlicky, which I love both, I want something really watery to really to coat in to fill you up or not fill you up, but to cool you down. And the key is when you're eating hot wings or crawfish or whatever, you want the alcohol to kind of numb the tongue anyway. So that's why the easier it is to go down. Coors Light goes down easy, or Ultra. I go that way.
Caroline DeWalt Max.
And so 7.3 for me. Would you buy a 6 of these, honey? If I came in with 6 of these, would you be mad?
No, I would not be mad.
If I was going to buy a dark beer, I would buy this one. Not terrible at all. As a matter of fact, it has a bit of a mocha taste to it as well, and I don't mind that either. Like a nitro mocha you might get at a good high-dollar coffee shop. So
yeah, it's not bad.
So there you go. Shannon Brewing Company in Keller, Texas, S'more Brown Ale, and we both like that one.
I'm going to interrupt you. The cool thing about doing all these beer reviews, as we were in Tom Thumb today, I don't know if you mentioned this, when we were at Tom Thumb doing our weekly grocery shopping, there was a guy standing by sort of the craft beers and was sort of looking at some of the stuff. And because we've tried so many of them, we're like, oh yeah, taste this. It's really sour. It's this, it's that. We were literally standing there helping the guy pick his beer. So I thought maybe, if you don't like the whole subbing in the off season, you could work for Miller Martin Brewing Company, being an in-store rep, saying buy this, buy that. You'd be really good at it.
My dad used to tell me about some former Astros used to represent the beer labels down in Houston. So maybe that's what I could do.
Represent the Martin House or the community. It'd be good. Particularly Martin House. You like a lot of their stuff.
I do. Yeah, we went down there and they had.
You could be a brand ambassador.
Yeah, I could do that. Of course,
totally good.
But when I worked in the nightclub business, pull this out though. When I worked in the nightclub business, they used to have these kind of
what are you doing, buddy?
nookie girls come in and for like Captain Morgan's or for
St. Pauli,
whatever. They'd bring it though for the booze company. They'd give you shots of rum or whatever. And there'd be these kind of nookie girl looking things, like girls in tight clothes, and they come to the bars and try to get the guys to drink shots. I'm not talking any kind of bar. So I guess I had to go to the clubs or go to upscale restaurants and be that guy in a suit and say, "Hey, have a beer with me."
Yeah,
I can be that guy. So anyway, so all good, right? We're all good?
Yeah, better. Yeah, I like these. Actually, the last couple of days, I really liked them.
Get more fridge space, too.
Yes, thank God.
I'm good. All right, babe. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. There we go. There she is, lovely and the cat. The cat's like this.
You coming with me?
They're gonna both follow you out. Look at her. She's watching every move. Anyway, okay. As I mentioned, these beers, by the way, were bought at Specs in Dallas. But yeah, again, both in the Metroplex. I believe this Crawford Bock is available. If I remember correctly, let me think here. Quaberbach was available a little more widely available in DFW, and also would be available throughout the Southeast down and toward the Louisiana, Alabama, that direction, and up toward hi Kitty. But neither one of them are widely distributed. This Shannon, for especially, will be only really more than in this area. But what I encourage you to do, if you live in Chicagoland or wherever, find the closest thing to it. And experiment with something. Don't freak out when you see something that says s'more brown ale. Oh, it sounds terrible. Give it a shot. I think you'll be surprised. That's what happened to me when I realized raspberry pale ale. I was like, sounds terrible. Gave it a go, and boy, opened up a whole new world of beer for me. So anyway, that is it for today. That's all I got for you today. Again, got to get your Christmas shopping done. You got what? Just 4 more days. Knock it out, right? I'm a XXX now, so please shop accordingly. And all good. Okay. Anyway, much love. Anything else? I'll give you guys a last call. A last call on any comments. Boy, you thought I had a couple beers. So I've got about 19 minutes till my next call. Again, Wednesday, I believe we should be fine. There's an outside chance we do Talking Baseball Australia at this very same time. If that's the case, I'll come on at 4. We'll do a couple more beers, probably dessert items as well. I've got a couple Christmas ones down there, Christmas-y-like beers. And then we have our Christmas Adam party with our mates, or not a party, but a dinner with our dear friends, the Blakes. Christmas Adam is the day before Christmas Eve. We have Christmas Eve, it's Thursday. Christmas Adam is Wednesday. So we'll have Christmas Adam after the show on Wednesday. And then Christmas, I don't know what we may go live, we may not. If we don't, right? Yeah, good news too, though. Cowboys still alive. That's always good. And then Tech plays Oklahoma tomorrow night, so we got a little sport in my world. And then, of course, after the weekend of baseball with the Australian Baseball League, we talked about that on Friday. But thoughts and prayers to those folks trying to fight through and get a season going, so they can do that. Okay, let's bring these down there. Do you like me in the snow there? There you go. Like me doing my snow thing? Those are my sunnies, by the way. Those are my Maui Jims that I'm wearing there. But yeah, the Maui Jim sunnies. So I got to polish off the Crawford Bock. All right. Oh, you know what? I didn't play the final sounder. I didn't play the production value. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go ahead and play this. Here we go. There we go. Let's try it again. Try it again, folks. There it is. It looks really good, though. But let's try to get the volume up. Let's try. Here we go. Yes, we can do that a little. We can do the grievances, I guess. I forgot it was Festivus. In our house, it's Christmas Adam, and then we got Christmas Eve, and we got Christmas. But yeah, we can do that on a Wednesday. Good to see my cousin Virginia out there as well. Much love to you and your family. Okay. Anybody else got anything else exciting? Anything just earth shattering? Anybody? Anyone? Bueller. Okay. Well, let's roll this to a close then. Glad you guys stopped by today, Kevin. Good to see you, mate. Everybody else out there, thanks to my mom for joining me. Always love having mom join us. And my lovely wife, WD-40. Thoughts and prayers to my oldest and Maddie and the dog. That's been a little mess today. In case you missed that earlier, the oldest brought both her dogs down. One got hit by a car, and the other one got away. They found the one that got away. The other one that got hit by a car is having struggle right now. We're praying, hoping to pray her through, and so we just had a little thick tug of the heart today, if you will. But anyway, hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. Get your shopping done. Stay out of trouble. And let's be better tomorrow than we were today. Let's love more tomorrow than we did today. Virtual hugs, everybody. Love all y'all. You hang in there. We're going to get better. We'll all be good. And we're going to be just fine come very, very soon. Okay, much love. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, another virtual happy hour. Here we go. Let's roll the close. Love y'all.